just getting back to the real world. I had an incredibly awesome week, and I don't think I'm overusing that word in this case. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. But now back on Earth, I saw something on social media that had me thinking. Somebody posted that no one is ever too busy to reply to your text, basically. I mean, I'm obviously paraphrasing. Do you think that's true? I think it's partly true. It's also, which means it's partly not. It is possible, depending on what kind of text it is, that, you know, they don't have time to text you back the right thing. We've all seen that little video about, it's just a screen of a phone where like a soccer coach is getting a text from one of the parents, you know, basically pressuring the coach to put their kid in, and the coach starts to type out what he wants to say, and then erases that, and maybe types something else and erases that, and then actually sends something positive. Texting is a complicated thing, unless you're being very basic, right? It's complicated unless it's not, right? Whatever. Making a lot of sense today. For instance, if you're asking for directions, it can be pretty simple. If you're asking a yes or no question, yeah, it can be pretty simple. Chances are people are going to respond to that. If you ask a question that needs a little more processing, or if you send out, you know, a paragraph, I can understand if it takes a while to get back on that. For one thing, text is just about the lowest form of communication. In other words, talking to someone face to face in this scenario is the highest form, because you can hear the reflections in their voice, you can hear the pauses, you can see the expressions on their face, look in their eyes. And so, if that's the best, the medium in this case would be just a phone call where you can't see them, but at least you can hear them. And you can hear, you know, sarcasm if you need to. You can hear, you know, those pauses and, you know, some emotion, that kind of thing. Text, most of that stuff is gone. And so your words need to be phrased very carefully. And that's not always something that we can just do when we're in the middle of, you know, already multitasking as it is. So don't be offended if somebody doesn't reply to your text. Sometimes, you know, their phone's in airplane mode, like I had this morning. Sometimes they don't have their phone on them. It goes dead. Those things are true. Sometimes people use those as excuses, but they do happen. And sometimes people just aren't ready to give you the right answer because they haven't figured out exactly what the right answer is. Anyway, just some food for thought. It's going to be a great week. God is good.